don't matter size of me. I don't really give a fuck. Put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. Lose the opportunity.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. That's out quickly to London. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Ritter to throw it. That's out wide here for Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Lions will take over.
Ready? 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Hooker now on first down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Come on.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Dragon 60. Mustang 19.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
19 Lions. 79 Broncos.
Hooker. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
Hooker on first down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Looking to throw, Hooker. Finds Gibbs on a check down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Check match. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Go check. Ready.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Well, if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Second and 6.
Check, hurt. Go.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Quick throw completed by Hooker. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the one. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Gibbs is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Again, it's Gibbs. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Okay.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Ritter now on second down. It's caught by Bryant. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Ritter going to change it up. They'll look to throw here on first down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Ritter. And this one complete to Doolin. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Come on.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Go.
And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
11 yards there, the Lion first down. Another run for Gibbs here. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Hooker now on second down. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains. Off play action. Here's Hooker. He finds his man complete. It's Parks. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Trap 50, trap 50.
To throw on second down, here's Hooker. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when you go a little bit lyrical for you.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Come on, set.
Ritter, he wants to change the play here. Now a first carry here for Robinson. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Shot, 17, on the ball, on the ball.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting in the ball in the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Ritter back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing. Hooker. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
60 average, 60 average.
From the gun, it's Hooker. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Here's Hooker. And this one incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
Throw left side complete. That's Parks. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Check.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working.
If they run it more effectively, they make it even bigger plays in the passing game.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mustang 19. Ready.
Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go. Hurt.
Hooker now off play action. Rolling to his right. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hurt.
Now Hooker. That's complete to the Porta. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Ready up. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 19 Lions.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. About 3 yards there to the 27. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Go, Lee. Go.
Hooker's going to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Patterson's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Option play. Here's Robinson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with it. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Ritter going to change up the look. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just set up for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hurt! Right there, hurt!
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Hooker to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they want to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Here's Hooker. It's complete to Williams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
18, pioneer.
Read option. This is Gibbs. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Here we go, check. Hey, check that, street. 60 Maverick.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He finds his man, complete. That's Parks. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Hey, smash. Check smash.
On third down, here's Gibbs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Patterson's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6 at 16 to 10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Ritter will set up to throw it. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Ready.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Ritter. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Ritter going to change it up. Robinson up the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 42-yard line, here's a second and 5. Ritter now. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a second and 7. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Ritter. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Rig alert! Rig alert!
Off the option, here's Gibbs. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here comes third and about a foot.
Panther 60! Panther 60!
Hooker. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be Falcon football. This is 1st and 10. Now Ritter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll come up now on second down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
16 seconds, all that remain. Second down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. Here's Ritter. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start.